The shadows play in the dim light, and the scent of gasoline, burning, coats the cement walls. The AI scans the area, aware of no life forms. She slowly starts towards the burning cabin and steps into the Winnebago, blown in half. No blood. She looks into the driver's seat and gasps. Sitting upon the seat is an explosive device with a countdown clock reaching 0. She braces for the blast, but nothing happens. She opens her eyes slightly. 0. The CB radio turns on and the voice of one captain laughs. She groans. A cloud of inky fog travels like lightning towards the big rig, driving casually down the tunnel. It stops short. Lying upon the ground is half of a talisman. She plucks it from the asphalt. "My truck," she says, slumping down, cross-legged. "My truck," Captain says, as he studies the ornate instrument pad. The amber glow within the Peterbilt brightens. The captain cracks his knuckles and pulls the ornate string above his head. The horns echo throughout the abandoned skyscraper surrounding him. "Always wanted to do that," he says. Just as this happened, the convoy splits up and starts to drive off towards the strip with all the vehicles sounding their horns. He grimaces. So that's what that means. In the dim-lit room, you sit on the couch. You form a silhouette, a shape to slouch. The TV flickers, casting eerie light, as whispers of unease dance through the night. The crackle of the screen, a portal wide, invites you into where reality hides. In this liminal space, betwixt dream and sight, you ponder if you're lost in sleep's tightened might. Spider, Lisa, and Jester walk slowly through the bank. The blast shields begin to raise once more, and streetlights hum and sputter as darkness floods the street just outside the strip. "Convenient," says Jester. They scoff. "Days on Mars last a long time. We would have been screwed. Well, you'd have been." His eyes make contact with Lisa's glowing saucers. "I'm not sure if what I'm feeling is natural," she says. Jester makes solid eye contact. "What?" "Look, none of this is in any way natural, but you'd hate it if it was," Jester says. He begins walking towards the shambling corpses, and the two others follow. "What was that supposed to mean?" Lisa says under her breath. Spider and Lisa stop 20 feet before the corpses and watch as Jester disappears within the crowd as he pushes through. They look at each other and shrug. Both of them gently push one zombie after another as they make their way towards the casino. The dead put up no more protest than a weak groan or a pained expression. The glow of the fire is easy to follow. They spot Jester up ahead and make haste. The people stumbling around begin to disperse as they follow Jester through an alley. They hear a rumbling sound as they huddle behind a dumpster. Dystopian vehicles forming a small convoy quickly drive past as an immediate wave of noise raises, then quickly subsides. Jester looks at them, beckoning them closer with his hand. They have a moment of silence. Jester looks towards the opening to the alley where the cars and bikes drove past. "Okay," he sighs. "Dad's gonna be pissed." "Dad?" asks Spider. Bob is the man who owns the casino that's now engulfed in flames. He's also my old man. Very powerful. Does not get fucked with often. "Who did it?" asks Lisa. "Yeah, you seem like you know," says Spider. "Well, it wasn't the flying rat or the trash panda. Most likely a cult member." "What are you on about now?" Spider asks. "All will be explained momentarily." The three of them walk for hours. What seemed like a short jaunt becomes a long approach as the grand size of the casino is noted. They marvel at the rubble. Rounding the back side of the gargantuan building, they find a sewage tunnel in a ravine. The opening is just taller than Jester. They slowly edge down the cliffside, sticking to the cement walkways on either side of the toxic river. As they reach the gated entrance to the underbelly of Paradiso, a figure emerges from the riveted door. A tall man with burnt red skin, a white pinstripe suit, and glowing sky-blue eyes emerges. He bumps his head against the top of the door with an audible clank and mumbles something. "That's coming out of your allowance, my boy," Bob says with a shit-eating grin. "Hey, don't look at me," Jester says, pointing at the darkened sky behind them. Lisa and Spider look into the shadow. "You're looking for this?" Lisa looks back. Bob pulls out an ornate device in the shape of a scarab. "Are we?" asks Lisa. Spider stares backwards still. "You can have it if you can take it from my hands," Bob says. He glares through the vampire. They maintain eye contact for a solid minute. She tilts her head. "I have no idea what it is." Bob deflates a bit. He swivels the wings out from the platinum scarab's back, and light blinds the three for a moment. They shield their eyes. Looking back, Spider notices something familiar. "It's our home!" Spider yells. Lisa peers through the glow. A young man washes the dishes in a bright red flannel jacket. They make out the white walls and the general disorder of the place. They can smell the recently cooked Thai curry, Danny's favorite. "All we have to do is take it from you?" Lisa growls. "You have my word," Bob exclaims. But before she can blink, the glow snaps off, and the scarab begins to melt into liquid and dribble onto the landing. "Which means you don't have shit, sweetie." Jester walks behind him, and they both start walking towards the tunnel. Spider and Lisa feel like following them, but are frozen in place. Bob stops before the door and looks at them with almost a glint of pity. "You two are staying put. It won't be long before we rip your souls apart," he says. They watch as the door closes behind them. "Adios." In a flash, Spider and Lisa come to in a brilliantly white and gleaming room. There's a kitchen on one side, a large entertainment set with a massive TV and a set of seats. A hallway snakes off in both directions. They start towards a large window and what seems to be a balcony. The metropolis spans thousands of stories and miles in all directions. Rounded edges and an Art Deco style reminiscent of the Chrysler Building in New York. Shining stainless steel and beams of soft light illuminate the endless night below. An echoing voice proclaims, "This is the captain speaking. Our heroes have made it back from certain death. The ride goes on. Another beautiful addition to the UFO death cult. Rejoice." Thousands of voices roar out in a massive cheer. Next stop, Jupiter. In the hush of night, you find your place, upon the couch in shadow's embrace. The CRT hums, its glow allure, drawing you in, uncertainty pure. With every flicker, doubts arise. In the glow, truth wears its disguise. Genderless, nameless, you reside in this liminal space where worlds collide. As scenes unfold upon the screen, reality shifts, becomes unseen. A subtle unease begins to creep, as though in slumber, yet you still peep. Is this a dream or something more? The lines blur, truth's grip unsure. The apartment shrinks, walls closing in, a sense of dread beneath your skin. Panic whispers, a silent scream, as nightmare's hold tightens its gleam. You try to rise, but find you're bound by unseen chains, reality drowned. The Electric Noir.